under the heading Offices, which is on page 93. Okay. If you go to the next page, which is page 94, paragraph or subparagraph F, and I'll just read out to you the relevant bylaw. It says here, the compensation of all officers and employees of the association shall be fixed by the directors, plural. It does not say shall be fixed by the president. All right.
All right.
That's F, Howard.
F.
Yeah, just give me.
Oh,
There it is.
read it again.
You look at the wrong page. This one, F. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Look, there are two other announcements to be made.
Hey. Read it for him. Read it for him.
I can't understand what you're saying.
Read it for him.
Excuse me.
Read that paragraph.
Read it for him.
Yeah.
Read that one.
Yeah, that is not the specific bylaw
Read
which
it anyway.
which
He
is.
asked you to read it for
Just
him.
read it anyway.
No, I've no intention of reading that. I've no intention of doing so.
Jeremy, read it.
Let William read it.
Because it's not relevant.
This is under officers, paragraph B. The president shall be the chief executive officer of the association. He shall have all of the powers and duties which are usually vested in the office of president of an association, including but not limited to the power to appoint committees from among the members from time to time, as he may in his discretion determine appropriate to assist in the conduct of the affairs of the association.
Well, what does that have to do with employee salaries?
I believe the
That's why we have a
attorney,
board.
Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, at one of our previous meetings, we went over this with the attorney and he said that.
We certainly did so,
And I
but
believe he was not in attendance at that meeting either.
Mr. Willard was not here at that meeting. He, in fact, did not attend any of our public board meetings until today. So I can understand, therefore, why he's somewhat confused and ignorant about this issue. But the whole point is that the specific bylaw which covers compensation, the one that I just read out, specifically says that it's the board in its entirety which will make a decision on the compensation of employees. So that's really all there is to be said. I will just draw the attention of people here to one last thing. We have an article of incorporation, and this particular article, if I can just find it quickly, I've lost my page reference because Mr. Willard grabbed my my copy of the bylaws. I apologize for this. I'm just trying to find it very quickly. This particular here we go. It is Article 7, okay, of our condominium documents. It is on page 75. If anybody wants to write all this down, and I'll just read it out very quickly. It's one sentence. The affairs of the corporation, that's River Shores Corporation, shall be managed by the president of the corporation, assisted by the vice president, secretary, and treasurer, and if any, the assistant secretary and assistant treasurer. Subject, this is the operative phrase, subject to the directions of the board of directors. Okay, so that makes it very clear, crystal clear, that it is the board in its entirety which has the ultimate authority for the running of the association, not any single one board member like the president.
The president has one vote.
Right.
The president has one vote out of 5.
This isn't
Yeah, right.
fascism or dictatorship.
This is democracy.
Okay, can we go on?
That was cute.
Okay, I'm going to move ahead fairly quickly now because we want to get to the budget, which is the main issue of discussion, the reason for the meeting tonight. So there are just two further announcements I want to make. under this agenda item, office announcements. The first announcement follows on what we've just been talking about in terms of unnecessary expenditure, wastage of association money, etc., etc. As I think most of you already know, I was unable, on taking over the officer role of Assistant Secretary back in April, I was unable to get any access whatsoever to the association records. I therefore could not remotely fulfill my responsibilities as Assistant Secretary. The bylaws specifically state that the Secretary and Assistant Secretary are in charge of the records, and I couldn't even get access to the records myself. The Florida statutes also specifically state that a unit owner can at any time request access to the records. I therefore submitted a complaint through the division. Excuse me, can we have some quiet at the back if you don't mind? I therefore submitted a complaint as is required or stipulated through the Department of Business and Professional Regulation. That's the state department concerned. The complaint was investigated. The investigator assigned determined that the association had committed a violation, a state violation, in denying me access to those records. Now, the reason that I mention all this is because while all this was taking place, and the legal activity persisted for at least a couple of months before I managed to get access, at least. While all this was taking place, substantial legal fees accumulated. The association was spending thousands of dollars in a vain, fruitless attempt to deny me access to the records. It was spending all this money to obstruct the investigation, which was carried out by an investigator, a state investigator, the guy who subsequently determined that the association had committed a violation in refusing me access to the records. The total amount that was spent on legal fees to deny me access to the records of the association was approximately $6,500. $6,500. All that money. All that money, $6,500, okay, just to prevent me, the Assistant Secretary, from getting access to the records of the association. Now, I would love to say that, yes, we're going to seek legal action to try to recover this money. Unfortunately, it's flogging a dead horse. This money, I'm sorry to tell everybody, it's unrecoverable. But I just want everybody to be aware of that.
I just want to mention, when you did get the records, you had to pay for copies of them.
Yes.
Your own
Yeah,
desk.
indeed.
At 25 cents.
Indeed, I did.
$25, hundreds of dollars at a
Yeah.
time.
Thank you for mentioning that, Peg. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Any other brief comments people want to make about it? Yeah.
So this flagrant disrespect for the law was brought on by current board members?
Yeah. Well,
And should perhaps maybe not be re-elected, so. That's our answer to
Right.
that if we all exercise our right and not vote them back into office again, then we won't have to deal with this shit again.
All right.
Thank you.
No, look, it's only fair that I allow Mr. Willett to briefly respond to this.
I'm sorry. No, so,
You can't hide from this. We know where you live. Yeah, you can have my rats.
when notified by the state that there was a complaint, you called the lawyer, Becker, holding a cop, and the lawyer investigated.
So there, he did
Ooh.
assume that cost. He just admitted it.
And
Flagrantly disrespecting our money.
Yes.
Had he consulted
and
with the rest
so-
of the board, we would have had to see that money.
Go ahead.
this is for me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just listen once in a while instead of making comments,
Thank you.
smart comments constantly, okay? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
I'm
yeah, oh
reiterating
yeah.
what I have here, because some people can't hear what he's saying. Or not saying.
Come on.
That's why he's deciding it. Yeah, that's why he's deciding it.
And,
Yeah, let's move on.
yeah.
What, Jack?
On the budget, reading over it, I mean, a few lines have been switched and everything, but there is a severe,
All right, the only thing is, can we just
With
finish?
the
We have
water.
one more to finish
more, and
before we
then
get
we're
to the
gonna go,
budget.
Okay?
okay?
All right,
There's a,
go ahead,
there's a
finish the
severe
last
lack
one.
of,
Who's gonna do
uh,
it? Right.
there's a severe lack of monetary with the water. And a few other things, but, you know, the other things aren't that great. So are we gonna have a budgetary shortfall?
Yes.
Who said yes?
Bunny.
Oh, the board, another board, are you the 13th board member or something?
No,
Oh,
No, I'm
but you know
research.
for a fact?
I'm
Okay.
speaking this.
Oh, she did research? Okay.
No, I know about the water. And
Okay,
with
all the
With the
bills,
percentage of increase and all that.
okay, all the
So-
bills up to now are
No,
paid
no,
and
I'm
will be.
talking,
Okay, well, that's the budget, so can we just finish this one last
Okay,
item
yeah.
and then we get to the budget?
Okay, if I can
Thank you,
just say this one thing to you, Jack, very quickly. We could easily, okay, talking about the board, we could easily have used the legal expense of $6,500 as an excuse, okay, to increase the monthly maintenance.
Right.
But from the very outset, when we took over on January the 4th, we've done our darndest, okay, to control costs and reduce whatever costs we possibly could. And it's for that reason that we feel that even though we have lost all this money, $6,500 in unnecessary legal expenses, we still think that we can continue for the rest of the year, A, without raising the monthly maintenance, and B, without any additional assessment whatsoever. So,
majority,
okay, I'm sorry, I have to continue.
but the water went up
The president is telling me I've got to continue. Okay, the very last item that we want to announce is the issue of the office opening hours. Now, as I think all of you are aware, we very reluctantly had to reduce the opening hours from 6 days a week to just 2 days a week, on Wednesdays from 10 till 12 and on Saturday from 10 till 12. This decision was taken very reluctantly. The reason for the decision, and I'll be very honest with all of you, was the shocking state of the office. The records were in total chaos, the accounts were an absolute farce. We had to work our darndest, we had to work our butts off, whatever the expression is. And Tony Rubeo, I have to express my gratitude for the incredible work he has put in over the last few weeks. I don't think it's possible to exaggerate the effort he put in. He's done an incredible job. But in spite of all